Anybody who's watching the MLS, what an absolute disappointment. Inter Miami getting squashed by Orlando. What's up? Just an announcement, just dropped. It just dropped that we are getting, what's the name of it again? The public early access for Readyverse. So we're downloading it. It's like 30 gigabytes. Doing the stream probably doesn't help with that. I was watching a really funny video. This is only going to be relevant if you've seen the Hobbit movies. If you haven't, well, I don't know. People have different opinions on them. So while we're waiting for the Readyverse to transpire, I thought we'd watch this video. And again, you're not going to get it if you haven't seen the Hobbit, but we'll get into the game once it happens.
Welcome back, randos, to my breakdown of the Hobbit trilogy. So far, it isn't very good, but who knows, maybe the Battle of the Five Armies will surprise me. Even people who like the Hobbit trilogy, as I did when I first watched it, seem to agree that the Battle of the Five Armies is where everything falls apart. Check out parts 1 and 2 if you are new to the channel, but with that out of the way, let's dive straight in. We re-enter Middle-earth exactly where the Desolation of Smaug left off. We are in Lake Town, there is fire on the horizon, and the Lake Townians are panicking. We see evil McGee blaming everyone else for his own fate.
This guy's like the worst character ever. And he paints such a good picture with this.
Whilst ordering his underlings to carry his valuables to an escape pod, all the while making abundantly certain that the audience understands that he is evil, selfish, incompetent, hypocritical, short-sighted, and greedy.
I warned you! Did I not warn you what would come of dealing with dwarves? They've woken the dragon! They've brought an apocalypse upon our heads! Faster now! I'm trying to evacuate myself here!
The Fellowship of the Ring began with a flashback depicting the forging of the rings.
So
the Two Towers began with a flashback depicting Gandalf battling the Balrog. The Return of the King began with a flashback depicting Gollum's transformation. An Unexpected Journey began with a flashback depicting the fall of Erebor. The Desolation of Smaug began with a flashback depicting Thorin and Gandalf planning their mission. The Battle of the Five Armies begins with an irritating zero-dimensional clown person rambling about how evil and selfish he is.
This, to me, might be considered kind of a step backwards.
Suffice it to say, we are not off to a good start.
It gets so much better from there. So what's up? Yo, if you're just joining, we're waiting for the Readyverse game to launch. I found a video about the Hobbit that's like a retrospective, and I'm having a blast watching it. So let's enjoy it together. Ayubal is Other Side Coming. Yes, they have experiences and things are live. Just go try out the game. We're there, baby. And Tito's, thank you for sharing the stream.
And just in case you hadn't worked out what this character's priorities are, despite the multiple occasions where he has said peasants bad, money good, we get this.
Sire, should we not try to save the town? The town is lost! Save the gold!
And with that, I'm done dedicating time to this character. I think I've said enough in the previous video. Zero-dimensional pantomime clowns that exist to entertain 5-year-olds are rather frustrating when attempting to deconstruct them because they are about as complex as a paper aeroplane. Anyway, we see that the other people of Lake Town are also trying to evacuate with their belongings. The film could have started right here, with the people Bilbo claims to care about trying to save their loved ones before Smaug arrives, but I guess they hired Stephen Fry and so needed to make the most of him. We then see that Ladyless was rather successful in her healing of Keely.
Get him up! Come on, brother! Come on, let's go! Fine, I can walk.
Fast as you can.
As we will soon see, Keely appears to be not only mobile, but you would be forgiven for forgetting that he was moments from death moments ago. Remember, this scene is taking place almost immediately after the healing scene from the Desolation of Smaug. Maybe this can be explained by the fact that Keely is a dwarf and as such is more resilient than the other races? Maybe this can be explained by the fact that Ladyless is a god when it comes to healing people, as she has demonstrated that she is far more capable than either Elrond or Arwen? Or maybe this can be explained by the fact that Keely needs to be mobile now because it's time for an action scene. I will let you decide. Also, maybe...
Like, it's built up in such the best ways.
I should have noted this at the end of the last video, but this scene confirms that, yeah, Legolas he's gone. He chased the orcs over the bridge and out of Lake Town and has not returned. even though he covets Ladyless's firm booty, even though he knows who Thorin is and what he intends to do, even though there is fire on the goddamn horizon indicating that a goddamn dragon is coming. As we will see later, Legolas does eventually decide to return, after the dragon has been dealt with, of course, but for now, I guess he just really didn't like the fact that Bolg made him bleed his own blood. Anyway, Gaston's son says that he will not leave without Gaston, and Ladyless tells him that they have to leave or they will die. Excellent dialogue once again from this certified wordsmith. Meanwhile, Gaston is still locked up because he is guilty of... and he sees that Smaug has arrived. Anyway, Ladyless, the children, and the dwarves begin their escape on Gaston's boat. So this is the third time we have seen that Smaug is already here in Lake Town. You may be asking yourselves, why is Smaug waiting? Surely he would just annihilate everything because that's kind of what Smaug does. And I want to offer a defense. If you recall from the previous film, Smaug is extremely proud and vain, and he thinks that he cannot be defeated. He is also vindictive and sadistic. His reason for being here is multifaceted. He wants to show Thorin the true meaning of revenge. He wants the people Bilbo cares about to suffer. He believes the Lake Townians are working with the dwarves and are therefore partly to blame for his humiliation at the end of the previous film. He has also been asleep for a very long time, and he is likely gagging for a bit of carnage. He does not simply want to murder everything as efficiently as possible. He wants to make a show of it. He wants to terrify the living shit out of everyone, to torture them, to make sure they understand how hopeless their situation is before finally incinerating them. This will ultimately prove to be Smaug's downfall in approximately, 8 minutes. Spoiler alert, I guess. But this is absolutely in character for him. So then the Burnination begins, and Smaug starts to torch Lake Town. Gaston is still locked in his cell and is still trying desperately to escape. During the mayhem, we see that evil McGee is still in Lake Town and is trying to escape on his boat filled to the brim with gold and accompanied by, I assume, the entirety of the town guard.
If only we could take more of these poor people with us, but they're hardly worth it. I quite agree.
Stop it, film. Stop trying to bait me. I am stronger than this. And then this happens. Alright, I guess I'm not stronger than this. I now have no choice but to continue talking about these two characters because for some incomprehensible reason, they are vital to the plot of this movie. Their absurd behavior is a prerequisite for understanding the narrative progression in this film. So, here we go. Evil McGee's boat crashes into the good guy's boat. Firstly, this is depicted as if it was unavoidable, but neither boat is traveling very quickly, and yet they both ram into each other despite the fact that they should each clearly be able to see the other boat. Secondly, this is a random coincidence. There is no narrative reason why these two boats should be in the same location at the same time. Anyway, suddenly Greasebag realizes...
We're carrying too much weight.
Which is yet another unbelievably obvious setup. I'm going to let you guess. What do you think happens next? Pantomime villain number 1 says to pantomime villain number 2 that they're carrying too much weight. What do you think will happen next?
We need to dump something.
I love how they use the meme with it every time.
I am going to guess that every single last fucking one of you was absolutely correct. Character nuance be damned, I guess. But then it gets worse. So I need to take this moment slow because there is a lot to say about it. Not only did they just so happen to bump into the main characters, but they also just so happen to be sailing right past the prison cell where Gaston is currently locked up. What are the chances? Well, saying that, Evil McGee and Greasebag already have a track record of being in exactly the wrong place at exactly the wrong time, so now I guess it's time for them to be exactly where Gaston needs them to be instead of vice versa. Gaston has thrown what appears to be a rope out of his cell in order to try and use it to bust himself out of jail. My first thought was why and how does he have a rope? One would think that giving prisoners access to rope might be an intensely stupid thing to do for obvious reasons, but this moment is surprisingly not reliant on in-universe stupidity. It is instead reliant on incredibly good and bad luck, as well as Gaston having the fabric bending skills of a middle-aged cat-hoarding spinster. For you see, this is not a rope. Gaston has made this. He has woven together this fabric that was presumably taken from the bed inside his cell and turned it into a rope. He has managed to weave this fabric into a functional rope in a minute? 2 minutes? It can't really have been any longer than that because he saw Smaug flying around before he started making the rope. So either Smaug has been patiently waiting for him or he managed to level up rope bending in a matter of seconds. So anyway, let's skip past the how and move on to the why. Why has Gaston made this rope? Well, upon realizing that Evil McGee and his evil McBoat just so happen to be traveling under his cell, he throws the rope out of the window and is miraculously able to hook Evil McGee around the throat as the boat goes past. So, either he planned this, in which case he did legitimately see Evil McGee's boat approaching and then craft his rope in 10 seconds flat, or he made the rope preemptively for some bizarre reason, and then realized he can hook it onto the passing boat. Anyway, the rope goes tight, slams into the bars, and pins Evil McGee to the back of his boat. The force of this is enough to break open the wall of his cell, but it is also not enough to slice Evil McGee in half. This may suggest that his neck is stronger than the walls of a building, but as we are about to see Gaston put his foot through a roof, this isn't actually an inconsistency. It just means that these buildings have the structural integrity of the plot of Rings of Power. Anyway, after his fantastical escape, Gaston acquires a bow from the armory and heads towards the bell tower to get a clear shot at Smaug. Okay, Evil McGee is evil, selfish, incompetent, hypocritical, short-sighted, and greedy. Ladyless is unbelievably skilled at healing. Keely got better. Legolas cares more about fighting orcs than saving either Ladyless or any innocent peasants. Greasebag is cartoonishly evil. Gaston is extremely skilled at fabric weaving, is ingenious, and is brave. We then rejoin the dwarves and Bilbo, who are observing Smaug's destruction of Lake Town from a distance.
Poor souls.
Yeah, you could say that. None of these characters seem to realize that this is entirely their fault. There is no moral complexity present here. None of the dwarves at any point considered the consequences of their failure. This concept was never even brought up until Gaston addressed the citizens of Lake Town in the previous film.
Have you forgotten what happened to Dale? Have you forgotten those who died in the firestorm?
The dwarves just seem to be like, wee, let's go get our home back. Oh,
Whee!
yeah, there's a drag. Oh, wait, no, and oh dear, he's awake.
By the way, just to state the obvious, we're waiting for Readyverse the Public Early Access. It's out. It's only on a Discord message. So that means they want to like test it and then push it out on the other main socials. But excited to see. I thought it was going to pop up a little bit later. So we're just watching this video about The Hobbit. It might not make sense if you don't watch The Hobbit, but I think it's clever storytelling.
And oh, yeah, okay, he's going on a murderous rampage.
Shit.
Who could have possibly seen this coming? And now an entire town is being murdered, and the dwarves do not seem aware that they are to blame. One potential fix for this would have been if Thorin had good reason to believe that Smaug was dead. This would mean that the risk of waking him is far, far lower, and it would mean that the dwarves would not need to weigh their desire to reclaim Erebor with the risk of unleashing a fire-breathing monster. As depicted, no one at any point wrestles with the risk of unleashing a fire-breathing monster, despite them all being extremely aware of this risk.
Well, that would be a reference to Smaug the Terrible.
Airborne fire breather. Teeth like razors, claws like meat hooks.
Oh, aye, he'll melt the flesh off your bones in the blink of an eye.
What the films have communicated clearly is that Thorin is willing to risk unleashing Smaug in order to reclaim his home. This is not a problem, inherently, because this is absolutely crystal clear. Thorin is cognizant of the risk, and he is willing to proceed regardless.
You have no right to enter that mountain. I have the only right.
Does this make Thorin a dick? Yes. Does this make him a badly written character? No. It is possible that all of the other dwarves share his viewpoint one for one, but as the film never depicts any conflict between the dwarves as to the moral complexity of their mission and the risks involved, I find it very hard to take seriously as an honest portrayal of empathy. What this scene needed was for one, possibly many of the dwarves to declare, "This is on us, we knew the risks, look at what we have done." And Bilbo, to his credit, said precisely this at the end of the previous film.
What have we done?
The dwarves, however, not so much. Anyway, we cut back to Lake Town and see Gaston racing across the rooftops to get to his vantage point. Because we needed even more maximum in the most maximum of drama and tension, Smaug sees this and decides to chase him. Smaug has no way of knowing who Gaston is or what he intends to do, but as Gaston is the only person running around on the rooftops, it is probably reasonable for Smaug to want to kill him just in case. However, he does not use his fire breath because Gaston is decked out head to toe in master-crafted plot armor. We also see the boat containing Ladyless, Gaston's children, and the dwarves. They don't appear to have any kind of plan. They are simply drifting around the town, praying that they don't roll a critical failure on their stealth check, and hoping that Smaug doesn't kill them, meaning that their survival is entirely out of their hands. Anyway, Gaston climbs the bell tower and fires 2 shots at Smaug. This is very confusing. Both we and Gaston are intimately aware of how to kill Smaug. You need to shoot him with a black arrow fired from a dwarvish windlance. At the end of the previous movie, Gaston gave his single black arrow to his son so that he could go and assault the town guard. He has now escaped from prison and put himself in immense danger so that he can fire a couple of shots.
Yo, did it work? Yo, it might have worked. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Readyverse Early Access. We need you. Welcome to Early Access for the Readyverse. As one of the first to enter this new frontier, your feedback will help to shape the future of the platform as we gear up for launch. Ready, player, Arcadia. So you get a character inventory. I'm going to load in 3D. Hell yeah. Welcome, player one. Step into a tutorial to learn, discover, and master the basics. So on the previous variation, there was whatever the closed elf, whatever it was like you walk around the room, you kind of figure stuff out, you hit different buttons, and there wasn't like an in-depth tutorial by any means. So it sounds like that's changed. Or, better yet, you walk into the experience, you think of it like a menu. You know, when you like make a dress or something, you're like, oh, I'll just figure it out. And then it's way harder, but if you just read the instructions, they need to know. So move things around, hold T. So this in League of Legends, this is something where it's like the emote wheel, I believe. There's so many keys by default I know with that game, but I don't exactly know what they do. So I need to remember for here, T, Readyverse, we can spawn things, throw, very nice, and delete. So new avatars, we looked at that a second ago, but then for the world. So this is tab. So this is like where you get to pick the different video games. If you remember in, oh, hold on, PromptTopia. I don't know if I just didn't see this before.
Well, it's PromptTopia, but I like to think it's for my experiments.
So I think this is new.
Grand equation.
And then it shows in the top right, I have the windows squished, but you can see it says Schillerverse, and next to that, there's a couple of X's. So it looks like I could have a party of 4.
You're leaving? Whatever will we do without you?
Saying I'm leaving. Oh, yo, is the talking head. See, when we looked at this, it was the back of the dude. I couldn't tell what that was. I thought it was just like a rock. What the world of PromptTopia. So hitting T here doesn't do anything. So T sounds like it's specific to your room. Like the key. So then if we hit tab, we can jump to a different experience. So if you remember the next Legends, the Muhammad Ali, down in the boxing gym. And I remember thinking before, this one looked pretty legit. So story, for anybody that watched the original Ultimate Fighter TV series, that season was crazy. And there was a Canadian guy named Strange Brew. And Chris Lieben, who went on to have a crazy career in the UFC, guy that had red hair, he nicknamed this Canadian guy Strange Brew. And he wasn't really a fighter. They don't really know how he got onto the show. There's like a whole backstory if you look up Ultimate Fighter Series 1 and where are the fighters now, you can find it. But anyway, Chris Lieben calls this guy Strange Brew. And that's your UFC boxing story of the day. The Canadian named Strange Brew. And he did actually fight Chris Lieben. I think the fight clip is 7 seconds long. So that's coming soon. You're not able to actually go into that. But if we go back to tab, we can keep going through. If you know the Third Kingdom. So a little bit of a thought, right? And if you missed the stream today, we go live Monday through Friday, and we did a Sunday night. We did a Sunday night stream. Listen, markets are flying. People are excited. Listen, if you got a niche, you gotta put it out there. So welcome to the niche. The Third Kingdom, the different islands. On today's stream, I did a conversational piece where I brought up Bitcoin and how I remember such positive notions about Bitcoin, which is this game on Abstract. And it's basically like a DeFi token distribution model, but it burns tokens every time you do something, and you can get yield a day. It's like setting up a mining office, but like digitally. It's like mining tycoon, sort of, but way easier. And so you have to pay to upgrade, right? It takes tokens to upgrade and then tokens to burn. And I upgrade. And then I buy one of the miners, and it gives me like an increase of like 0.2 Bitcoin a day. Right now, Bitcoin's at $1 a pop. Listen, there's people that are making $30,000 plus during that, right? And today, if you wanted to get into it, it would cost like $600 just to start on the basic level. But the people that got in very, very early, no matter what, their Bitcoin's up crazy. And so the items here in the Third Kingdom, after having that experience with Bitcoin and seeing it, I'm like, I'm just switching to the resources, because if they happen to create an asset that goes from 0 to anything, I mean, that's interesting. That's very interesting to me. So let's keep going on this. We got the Tradeverse. What do we got on here? We can launch the website, but let's view the experience. This is like dexes and everything else under the sun. If you're just joining, what's up? I was hanging out. We were watching the Miami game. They lost like pretty horrifically, like really bad. Rough game. But I'm like, man, I want to talk to other fans. I want to see a reaction. Where are these communities at? Where do we get to hang out? Do we get an Inter Miami Readyverse experience where we get to go and hang out at the arena? Well, shouldn't call it arena. Yeah, field. Yeah, field's better. The Tradeverse. We could launch it. We'll just stay in the experience. And what they did early on, which was crazy, Aurora, what's up? Yo, Nana, what's going on? Yo, we're in ready for... Yo, what a morning. Afternoon. I've come to the conclusion that anybody watching this at any point could be at any hour of the day. So what the hell is the point in saying good afternoon, good morning, good evening? And that's why in Web3 everybody just says good morning, because they're like breakfast, best meal of the day, and best vibe, and mood of the day, generally speaking. Usually there's something that goes horrible during the day, you know what I mean? Breakfast, you're like, today's a new day. All right, what else experience-wise do we got on here? We got Zertmon, we got Arcadia Racers. So let's have a little bit of a conversation. Roar, what's going on? How we doing? If you're rechecking the stream later, yo, what's up? Thank you for skipping ahead from the Hobbit video, but hope you guys enjoyed that. So Racers is being touted as FC Barcelona's first game. This collection has been like literally non-existent in terms of moving. There's way too many parts. It's just kind of weird. People were excited about it initially. It came out like Zedrun, where you pay, you get your car in the race. There's people that found out the formula or whatever, and then it's mainly them, but then there's not enough, but then you have to pay for it, and it's like, the concept's kind of cool, and then you find out that they're apparently changing it where you're able to have like first person and operational of the go-karts, and then the FC Barcelona news drops, and then we have Racers being allegedly the face of that experience. Excuse me, Roar. Here is past midnight, 16 minutes. The solution I found was always say goodnight to people at Web3. Okay, listen, goodnight's good too. True. Hopeful of the next day. The AI-driven racing manager game. Guys, what do we change the name of NFTs to? The AI-driving racing manager game. Because it's NFTs and you got to explain it. You got to come up with something different. Yo, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, I've like been in and out of sports. I'm historically bad at being like, wow, I love everything the NBA. To holy crap, I'm watching every damn game in MLB. To I bought MLS Pass on 50% off because Apple had that, and I fell for it. And then I was like, oh my god, you have Jordi Alba, you have Messi, you have Luis friggin' Suarez. Ajim, what's going on? W, baby. W. Yo, man. Listen, if this Ripple custody thing in Honor works out, oh, man, you guys are going to learn the name Ajim. Holy smokes, let me tell you. You're going to know who the guy is. Hey, you're going to be like, holy smokes, I need to learn who Ajim is and follow the alpha. But with that said, thank you so much for the 3 months. Welcome, anybody tuning in. We're just checking out the Readyverse. It's the early access. So these are just like the Metaverse experiences. Like the way that I want you to look at this is when we are on stream and we're covering other side, or we're looking at the Portals gameplay, which again, that's the guest we have on the RWA Seconds podcast. Tomorrow's the day after tomorrow, Tuesday, every Tuesday morning. Listen, we're late Sunday night, Monday. You gotta get the day right. You know what I mean? You don't want to mess it up. Thanks for showing off the early access. Hell yeah. So again, most of these experiences are coming soon. Now, I think Racers is actually live if you go through like the Futureverse launcher, but for the Readyverse experience, it's being later. So what does the game look like behind the scenes? At Christmas party, in quotes, hey, 15 family members, what I've been doing, I'm working with blockchain crypto-driven art, KW. What do you even say? I don't even know. People, we've had the conversations before. And, like, I'm kind of just, like, I turn into, like, the yes man. You know what I mean? Like, whatever they say, absolutely. Strangest thing you've never heard of in your life. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Yep. Because people always come up with ideas of whatever it means for that, right? No matter the thing. Everybody also, in League of Legends as an example, everybody will always act like, I know every minor friggin' detail in there, and they'll like talk down to you like, okay, sorry, man, there's 185, 300 champions, each with 4 abilities and a passive on top of like an entire item list of like 101 items, and I'm supposed to remember what the hell lethality is, but then you're supposed to go burn, and then have a team that's split, and then people don't know that a Rammus passive has changed where you can either build AD or MR, and you're absolutely tweaking with everybody. Nah, that's crazy. And then the bot lane gives up like 9 deaths, and you're 10 and 15, or 10 and 1, and the enemy jungler's like 15 and 1, and then somehow they end the game 26 and 2, and you're like, wow, I don't know what to do. Anyway, Zertmon, let's see what the Readyverse experience is. So we're expecting, right? We're expecting more brands to do this. What does the look like for FC Barcelona? A lot of these are like the early root network, you know, dApps and whatnot, which haven't really gotten a ton of attention. People know, but it's really, I mean, you look at any list out there, how many of them reference fluffs on anything? here's the top 50 projects in Web3. They're not brought up yet. But there's a lot of stuff going on. And so it's like, is it because it's not paying attention? Is it because there's nothing that's interesting and you need something, right? Like getting into like the Major League Soccer, I don't think I'd love it as much if I didn't have like a team to root for. Now, granted, I'm kind of like everybody in the league, you know what I mean? Like you love it for the sports sort of deal. But Roar, what's up? I don't know why the dabs haven't gotten that much attention. Well, we'll see. I think it's a matter of time. So that's what that one looks like. What else have we not gone to? Arcadia. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. What the holy... Okay. Hello, Hooded. I don't know if you're going to see this clip, but please somebody tag Hooded. Whatever the hell that just was, I had a heart attack. I thought somebody was breaking in. Can we X-nay on whatever the hell that sounder was? Oh my god. What a jolt. What a friggin' yelp. What an experience that was. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yo, I'm sad. Yo, Shilvers, what the hell? Sorry, I thought Roar said that. My bad. What's going on? How we doing? Okay, welcome to Arcadia. Again, we're turning the music down just a smidge, but I kind of like the vibe. This is... I was going to say Chuck E. Cheese, but it's absolutely not Chuck E. Cheese. What a stupid, crappy thought. I need to, like, rethink of how I want to word this. It's like the movies. Yeah, it feels like the movies. Like, I know it's an arcade, but it kind of got, like, the movie feel, where you got, like, the arcade and the other. There was a couple places that had, like, PlayStations and Xbox back in the day. Like, rental facilities. That stuff was the jam. I honestly thought, growing up, I'd be, like, an owner of one of those things. And then instead, we're out here looking at... we're looking at like green fur of a party bear. That's so okay. My mouse is doing that. So if I go over a little bit, it's that. If we go over to the other side, we're looking at bunnies. I was gonna make a fire line about how people were making a career off of renting video games, and some about like watching bunnies on the wall, but then that happened. And there's the other party bear with a couple of different games on here. And the soundtrack. Rate the soundtrack. Listen to it. Hold on. I didn't like it at first. I kind of like it now. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. You know, originally I was like, I kind of didn't want to really listen to the music. It's like when you go to like the place and they got like a live band. Maybe the live band is like not great. Or they just have the music loud, or they're not playing music at all. And then there's like no barrier between you, and then it's super awkward. And then the experience is kind of crappy, but then you got a tip because that's like the thing to do. But you're like, you know, I don't know. I probably would have just stayed home next time, sort of deal. You know what I'm saying? This release for everyone now? I think so. I think the link, I don't know if it's updated in the Epic Game Store, but it is through the website. So I like clicked on the Discord announcement through the Featureverse Discord. And that's where it was, because it wanted me to download the original, like, 50 megabyte or whatever it was version, but we didn't do that. So checking over to multiplayer, they have the invite or the join. For players, I can turn my mic on. That's my party. Spaces, okay. Okay, so let's venture back for uno momento. Yo, Captain.root, welcome, sir. What a pleasure to have you. I don't know if you check it out, but listen, we stream every day and would love to have you pop by anytime you want. Feeling like we're starting to talk about Featureverse a little bit more. And what happened before for the early releases is they had, it still might be over here, The Hunt. So you might have seen what that is. But it says, from 'neath the streets, Amber faced this sculptor's tools. Twin spinning grace aloft within the maker's home. Reflective screen with knobs of chrome. So I'm not much of a poem guy. I'm really not. But you would have to sit there. And if you're familiar with the Featureverse, you would have to zen it the hell out, right? And be like, what the hell does this mean? And then you ponder for a second. And then you clue in and you say, the only thing you could potentially do with this is go to the other experiences. So it's, what do they call those breakout rooms? No, not break-ins. No, that's bad. Break-ins are bad. Mystery rooms, something like that. Anyway, it's like escape rooms. It's like an escape room, but it's a lot easier because I was a part of somebody that did an escape room once. Oh, that hurt. That really hurt my head. I couldn't do it. But this, you can handle this. I think you can. And so let's think again. From 'neath the streets, amber-faced. Okay, so it's bottom of the streets, amber-faced. Like, we're talking gold, we're talking experience, it's materials. Maybe? The sculptor's tools, twin spinning grace. So, okay, they have to build these experiences within the third kingdom, right? Like, it's a strategy simulator. Right? A loft within the maker's home. I have no idea. That one's going to be a red card. I have no idea how that helps. Reflective screen with knobs of chrome. Okay, see, that makes me think that it's Arcadia. Yo, the knobs of chrome. What the hell else would have knobs except Arcadia? That's unbelievable. So then you would go to one of these experiences and try to find it. So what did we say? It was the third kingdom? No, but then we said it was Arcadia. Yeah, I think that's what we said. Okay, we changed it on the last one. So let's see if that was the thing. Maker's home equals 80% loft? What? Okay, like 80s arcade? Old-time TV? Add some... Yeah, true, sure. Looks like something in the air. That riddle, like a flying machine. I don't think anything's flying yet. And then you were like going around here and you're trying to find stuff, right? And we're back to the wall. We're back to the wall. But is there anything here Arcadia offer? No, that seems too easy. Where the hell is it? And then you're like, all right, well, maybe this isn't it. But I think there's somewhere where stuff shows. Maybe not. Maybe they changed it. Oh my God, they changed it. Yo, it's scuffed. Rate the music. It's a little too aggressive, but it's arcade. It's all right. It's all right. I feel like I want to feel like positive when I'm in the experience. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be a vibe when you're there. But I feel like this looks pretty high fidelity. So the idea is that you would go through and there was a hunt for everything. And the first one was like a crazy prize. I was shocked that was going on. Pinball. You're right. Okay, maybe it is on these machines. Did I just cop out early? Yeah, maybe here. Yeah, we're back to the green. Maybe it's back in the corner. Maybe it's somewhere here. Unless we were completely wrong about that clue. Unless it was there. It's there and then it's not. It's like a magic trick. You ever see one? I'm confused with PromptTopia. Yo, are you on the first one? Yo, are we stuck on the same thing? No, that's crazy. The floor of the arcade is nice. Yo, it is shiny. Yo, hell yeah. Listen, talk about it. Talk about attention to detail. Yo, now I know what the comment of the stream so far. Let's go. Hell yeah. Nah, listen, they got to change that music. I want to feel good. I feel like absolutely miserable. I feel like I'm almost sad. I feel like I'm almost sad. It takes a while to figure out, but we wanted people to find out via play rather than have a how-to. Well, hell yeah, we've got already stuck, and we would think we would know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go check out the Third Kingdom. Again, I've switched my strategy up on this. We're doing the materials. I've been ranting on stream earlier. Would love for you guys to check that out. But there's a reason to the madness. But I could be a fish. All right, each Surrealscape. Was there something on here? Or are we absolute clown fishes? There's a very good chance. Any of these things? Yo, check. Oh, yo, imagine you snipe. Boom! Boom! That's what we're waiting for. Open. Which apparently there's supposed to be a big update this week. Which I've also put like a huge video regarding Silo on the channel. Where it's like you would only hear or know about it from me and on Spaces. So the Mike Wazowski meme, you know when there's that lady? It's like, I'm always watching. I kind of feel like that. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel like whoever that is. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. All right, so it's maybe not here. But again, somewhere on one of these with my well-known... I have no idea what I'm doing. But we're checking. Well, let's keep looking. I don't know. Did we go through everything? Oh, no. We didn't do Gods and Goblins. Or Grumble, I should say. Excuse me. That name changed. But they have teased the environment probably more than a few of the other ones right now. Hint for PromptTopia, keep an eye on the scoreboard for extra info about your player in each game mode. Okay. Not bad. Yo, this actually looks pretty clean here. The colors are pretty in-depth, but that looks cool. Feels like a theme park than the Metaverse. So again, the concept with this is that all of us are... Yeah, listen, I'm vying for, like, we all get together and hang out at a Denny's, and we do that, like, every Saturday morning or something, right? And it's, like, just a jam sesh for 2 hours. But we can't do that, right? Well, welcome to 2025 sort of situation. So we're all going to have to be online and do these sort of things. So how cool would it be if we're at, like, the Inter Miami Stadium watching the game or something? Listen, I know, right? But this is the same thing, but without... Inter Miami or any joy in the world. But this is, no, I just say, like, these are the experiences that we're going to see. And it's cool to see that this is, like, on a specific brand. You're not going to know this at all, but these are all scenes. And think of all experiences, right? Like, there's so many movies or TV shows, and I'm like, man, that would be cool to experience within a game. And it feels like we're very close to that. All right, where do we need to check out? We've checked out everything. Oh, back to the PromptTopia. So this is, I think, was one of the new ones here. AS Update is in for Avatar mode. There are a couple more tweaks, but feel free to play. Hell yeah. So again, we load and we keep noticing that we're, like, not facing this guy. I'm not sure if we're, like, meant to go behind them. You know, in Call of Duty League, they always complain about how the spawns don't work the right way. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But that guy might slowly move as well.
Volunteering your mind and body for science.
And on the top right, again, you can't see it, but that shield thing, it says Shillerverse, and then it's got 4 X's next to it. So it looks like parties are 4 people. Heading out, thanks for streaming. Yo, Ajam, hell yeah, thank you so much for coming on through. Enjoy your sleep. Good sir.
Your timing is impeccable. The apparatus is already warming up.
Yo, so somehow I'm in first place here. I haven't done anything. That's the sort of effort we like to see. Hell yeah. That's on 0 points and no other names. Minor details.
It won't be the same without you.
So then you're going from in there. I remember in the bedroom it said that, like, tea was the thing to use it.
Resistance is, after all, illogical.
But I don't think there's anything else extra within that. The bedroom was what we were... The spaces. Oh, sorry. I totally forgot. Okay, so the milk jug. Like, this is an example where it can be token gated. And if you have a cool cat, you can see the Readyverse experience of that. So if you really like it, well, there you go. And then we can check out a Surrealscape, which is just their terminology for a game. Sorry, not a game. My goodness. Metaverse land. Excuse me. This sort of feels like the Hogwarts Legacy sort of thing, where you're just, like, walking through and it feels very much like a dorm room. You can hear the water. I think this place is spooky. It sort of feels like the part of it. It's like a cross between Star Wars and the movie that's called Ants, where they have, like, some pretty swanky, like, apartments built into the wall. It's a very mixed feeling that way. So we can check out a suite. Sort of like a clubhouse. Think of the college days. If this was you in college, maybe not. Or like Shark Tale. So again, this is where like T comes in, I think. So if I want to grab something, or at least it looks like that, maybe that's not movable. I've not really messed around with that too much. But if we had something, we could throw it. Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. And then we can move it around and decorate. So if we want to pretend that we're going to play soccer, hell yeah, we can just throw it there. And then bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, you just need a little bit of a goal. Or you actually spawn a soccer ball. I have no idea if you can kick one of these. Kind of. Okay, yep. Yeah, Messi with a goal! That's sort of funny. I don't know how many other crazy things you can put on here. It looks like prisms, a workout fan, different assets. We can drop the. We can drop a multiplayer. Not bad, not bad. I'll see if I can do that. If it doesn't copy and paste this.
Aha! You found my secret lab. Well, it's PromptTopia, but I like to think it's for my experiments. Aha! You found my secret lab. Well, it's PromptTopia, but I like to think it's for my experiments.
We got the front side of this. Yo, hell yeah, no credits. There you go. Oh yeah, so you can see on the top right, sorry again, it's cut off. And this whole thing looks a little bit cut off because I'm normally zoomed in for like the stream. Can I change this? Hold on.
Fill in the blank here to seed our object generator.
Wait, waiter, there appears to be wait, how do you how do I click this? Oh. There seems to be a tomato. It's got to be tomato, right? There's got to be a tomato in my soup.
These may take a moment. Go explore PromptTopia while I work.
Think this is easy, Roar? Hold on. Yo, not bad. Yo, listen, not bad. That's not a bad fit. Not a bad fit at all. Wait, 60%. Okay. We're analyzing. And we got the front facing, as we've said. 70? It's got to be a tomato.
Right. Gather round. I have the generations ready.
Wait. It made a tomato? What the hell? He said there's a butterfly. Why the hell would you say there's a butterfly in my soup?
Now, here's the thing. We're going to take these and
What?
get really crazy.
The hell is this? Yo, this is like Beyblades. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, maybe I wasn't facing the right way. Yo, listen, this is unfair. I'm a tomato. Wait, we can. Yo, I'm a bouncing tomato. I don't get how I'm supposed to attack. Like, I don't know if this, like, if I shoot something, but I feel like you can't tell. Nah, it's a red card. Nah, it's a red, buddy. Holy smokes. Okay, so I have to. Oh, listen, maybe I did too much energy. Nah, that's criminal. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, we got one. I was supposed to pancake it? Okay. That sort of makes sense, right? We have to think of it like logistically. What would a tomato do to a wasp? He would sit on it. Or, sorry, a butterfly, excuse me. I have no energy. I gotta chill. No, I gotta chill. I'm on the defensive. I'm on the defensive. No, not today, buddy. Okay, no, I can't do that because it's a double tap. Nah, we cooked them. Nah, we cooked them. It's unsurprised that the new mascot for the internet is, I don't know, isn't it a penguin now, right?
Right, I'll get generating. Keep yourselves occupied for a moment or two. They're ready. You really have to see some of these.
Yo, he said a grenade? What kind of PG-13? I'm not even PG-13. Wait, no, it's multiple. I'm confused. I thought it was what people said.
It gets chaotic because we'll use these in a game.
Okay, so we don't know about the penguin or anything. What the hell is this? I can jump and I can throw. Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay, buddy. What? What was that? So I have to throw. Okay, so this is like beyond shot put. Okay. Okay. Boom. Okay, absolutely not. I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I'm holding it. Doesn't do anything. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's just an arc. Maybe I just gotta spam it. No, it's okay. We'll spam. No, this is not happening. Wait, then I get. Okay, well, I gotta be semi-close. Maybe that's the trick. Yep. Okay, I get it. Don't stop jumping away.
So hard on that end, they killed it.
I did it too early. No, I did it too early. Nope. Gonna walk straight into this one. Boom! Nah, it's criminal. Nah, that's a bug right there.
You killed it.
It looks like I killed myself, though. Why the hell would I start at the beginning? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe this is the benefit of having a fluff. You can actually chuck these, whatever the hell it is. That's so pitiful. It's like I have a broken arm. Like, just, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
That was spectacular. They'll be back.
Wait, it's almost done. It's almost done. No, I gotta not die.
New experiment loading. Join me in the center when you're ready.
Yeah, I get cooked in that one. Nah, it's
Citizen
tough.
beings, welcome to a world of curiosity and creativity.
So that's what I was not expecting at all. It's default, I think, because there's a chance your prompt got moderated. Each generation picks up traits based on the prompt. You can see them on the scoreboard when they're generated. Some are faster generations, some stronger, etc. Gotcha. I wish I had $1 for every time I saw, I don't know, cell phone.
I'll get right to work on those. Where did I put my extra thick gloves?
Yo, James, what's going on? You can go wild with the prompt. Super outside of the box ideas work really well. All right, well, if we get another one in after this one, I'll try to be creative.
They're ready. You really have to see some of it.
Okay, I said cell phone, and he said dolphin. Why the hell would you say dolphin on a bus? Nah, we gotta check that no credits guy out.
Wait till you see what we do.
Dolphin versus cell phone. Technology versus water. Tale old as time. This time we're on the defensive, bud. I'm not dying. Listen, in League of Legends, you learn that your life's the only thing that matters. Once you do that, you become a better player. Nope, not today, buddy. Okay, nope, 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 nope. We gotta get around. Yeah, we gotta play off him. You know what I mean? We gotta like reverse driver. You ever seen like a bad driver? You gotta pull him. You gotta think, okay, is there like a horse and a carriage? You're the horse. You're crashing the carriage. You're crashing the carriage. Whoa! Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I got lucky. Nope, 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 nope. This is all bad. Up and at him. Up and at him. Can I go higher? Can I go higher? Dolphins can't jump, right? Actually, no. Jump. They can jump really good. That's a stupid idea. Yo, not to be like sentimental or anything. Sentimental, that's not the right word. I got that Solana Seeker phone in today, and now we're a cell phone and PromptTopia. That's crazy. All right, we're going off the buildings. We're gonna go up, right. Yeah, doesn't know where we're gonna go. Up. We're gonna go back another other way. Oop. Yo, the energy levels looks good. The health level looks absolutely terrible. I'm gonna hold on. Oh my God, I squashed him. Did you see that? Yo, talk about patience. We play the defensive game. What an absolute differential factor. I was low health. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
New experiment loading.
Yo, not bad. Yo, no credits. That was a good one. Yo, that was a good one, buddy. That was a good one. Nah, that's criminal. Nah, that's criminal. Look at that. Turns out the entire internet is powered by a single carpet that has a lot of yellow in it, like text. That doesn't even make sense. No. Back. Yellow in it. I don't know. That's cringe. Oh, that's terrible. Yo, go flipper with bees. Yo, that's so much. Yo, how do we hook up the AI? Yo, I shouldn't even be answering these. Yeah, that's, listen, in 2025, you can't just have like this technology showing like that. That's crazy. Somebody gonna steal that, somebody gonna mess with that, yo. People are crazy. Okay, here we go. I said something about a carpet. We got a grenade. Alright, no, that's good. And we got a yellow grenade. And a carrot? No, I said a carpet, not a carrot. Nah, it's criminal.
If you like what you made.
Okay, it just gave me a yellow grenade. I think I got a red card on the description. That's tough. Wait, what does it mean by they killed it? So, like, my thing dies, but, like, it's acting like it's us? Or are they, like, complimenting them saying they killed it? Because that's two very different tonalities. Carpet was moderated? Nah, that's crazy. What's the most creative thing you can come up with in your life? Imagine like a genie in a bottle asks you that, and that was your response. Holy smokes, you'd be such a disappointment for everyone in the community. Imagine that was you could grant any wish in the world. You had the genie, and you said carpet with a lot of yellow. Nah, that you check the guy in the hospital.
My experiments are harmless. Well, apart from that one time. Your imagination, my mad ingenuity, and a machine. What could go wrong?
Yeah, we'll do maybe like one more. Prompt if you like Samuel Jack Cherry Jelly. Nah, no. Okay, whole worst thing about the zombie apocalypse was needing to find eye patch with roses. I don't know. I don't know.
Where did I put my extra thick gloves?
Yeah, we'll talk about caving under pressure. Holy. Just a reminder, if you're watching, guys, we do a stream every day. Monday through Friday. We did one earlier today. Check it out. Yo, Trust, check it. Give it 5-10 minutes. Listen, play 2x speed. Might be your favorite 10 minutes of every day. Up to 20. Stamina surge, health. I don't know what the hell that means. We said, we said something with roses. Yo, glasses with roses. Yo, look at that. Not bad. We're going to the masquerade ball. And a rocket. A dog rocket? Yo, it's... Yo, what the hell is this? No, this is criminal. like Beyblades.
That's going to leave a mark.
Okay, maybe this is a hot take, but let's say this is like minorly successful. Let's just assume for a second. Let's say that it ever died. There'd absolutely be like a handful of people that would just absolutely get a kick out of this and just like... I feel like there would always be a player base. I'm probably switching back to just checking out the rooms, Bildo. Yo, good to see you, good sir. But No Credits has the link if you're wanting to connect with him. If he's able to throw it back in here. Once we're done with the hop, skip, and jumpy. Just to re-show some of the experiences, and then we'll let y'all get out and enjoy for yourselves. Bruh, I'm not even trying that hard. How, like, can you hurry up? There you go, Rocket Boy, whatever. There we go. Holy. Holy.
New experiment loading. Join me in the center when you're ready.
All right, hell yeah. Let's
In order to begin,
let's go back to
I'll
show a
give you an
couple of these
idea.
places, and then we'll call it. But again, the next Legends area. Well, actually, sorry, we're back to the main room. So this is where you're gonna get into if you download Readyverse. It's the early access right now. But then there's an inventory. So if I hit I, so we want to throw a soccer net, as we said. Tease the button to grab stuff. Maybe technical difficulties. There we go. Grab it. Boom. Masterful. Hit T again. Go up the spawn. Throw the soccer ball. Look at this. Okay, hold on, a little bit over. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit over. There we go. There we go. No, he missed. No, that's criminal. But you get the idea. This is the movie room, right, of the creator. Yes, sir. Yo, roar knows. Jeez. Change your avatar. Whatever thing you got, it's an avatar. It'll work. It's kind of cool with it. Going over the Third Kingdom. Again, I've changed my strategy. Everybody keep farming your root. I'm going to be farming the resources. Quit farming resources. Thank you very much. But it's passive game within Web3. We'll see how many other people want to join or enjoy it. But like that DeFi, the Bitcoin story earlier, everybody's going to like different opportunities out here in the wonderful world of Web3. Check Erasures. The movie is great. When I watched the movie, I wanted a lot at studios made games like those. Imagine VR with those games. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, any kind of experience whatsoever. Like, if it's based off a movie, TV show. So again, all these different parts can have your customized racer. Allegedly. FC Barcelona's first racing game. Imagine that checked out. Listen, if we could get it Inter Miami, listen, now we're talking. But FC Barcelona, they've been... If you're a fan of Barcelona but haven't known how to watch their games, if you check on YouTube, all their pre-game seasons, I've watched a few of them. They're on there. They had a crazy game earlier. But all the major teams... Preseason game's over. Chelsea beat AC Milan as well. But there's your races. Not bad. Not bad. But again, back to the spaces. If you're wanting to go to the outpost, if you're wanting to go back to your room, some of the other experiences within here. They got all the things. You got the ATM garage. You got the pixel load. Or pixel pad, excuse me. I have no idea what the hell this is. This looks like it's new. Maybe I've seen some online resembling this, But what a specific vibe it is to it compared to the other rooms. It's like I can't tell if it's wanting to be like laser tag, if I want to feel like I'm at a nightclub, you know, relive the college days, yo, party hard. How do you feel? How do you feel? Yo, ding, ding, ding. Yo, that's satisfying. And then I guess there's some way to figure out how to get on there. Although this feels like a Hunger Games, sort of like you have to impress everybody. Can I just jump? It seems like there's actual effort that needs to be done. That's crazy. Battlefield like graphic? Yo, listen, I mean, anything that's like high definition in a way. James, hold shift to run. Alright, hold on. Let's, So, like, this is a marketplace, right? But this is what kind of an experience would look like. Now, is this games? Is this just like an area people walk through? That's my other argument with a lot of Metaverse land. Is like, does location even matter? Does anything even matter? Like, what matters? If you're going to have a game that people are just going to click on a link to join, it's not like we're walking through a massive area. Like, hell, listen. If they make the experience, it's like your favorite game, whatever it be, favorite movie, whatever it be. They're able to turn it into like a metaverse experience, which I feel like everybody know what I mean, but like just as an experience, right? Because what we're seeing, and people hate the term metaverse, but it's like, just what does it look like if we have a like legitimate digital future where people do care about those avatars and those online experiences? I mean, think of schools. Think of all the people that talk about cell phones. I seen something today. Whereas like a teacher that was like, my school banned phones. And then it was him recording a video after class saying that everybody took notes, people asked questions, they participated without questions or problems. And so I think, listen, everybody wanted to be online and connected. Yo, it's going to get crazy. Yo, Web3 History, thank you for the reshare and anybody else that's sharing this out. Appreciate you guys so much. We'll probably end the stream here. Just wanted to show some of the early access gameplay for Readyverse. Get more experiences. We'll see what else comes out. This is only an announcement that's in their Discord, so we're waiting for the full access. Still early access, whatever, go out through the other channels. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Again, we do a stream every single day. Monday through Friday. Check the one from earlier. Thank you. Absolutely unbelievable. Altered State, thank you for sharing the stream. But again, guys, if you're watching this a little bit later and you're coming through and you're like, okay, hold on, I want to restart the stream. Just you're going to have to skip like half of it, okay? We'll watch The Hobbit. Listen, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it's the best content you'll ever see. Absolutely stay for it. If you're not a Lord of the Rings fan, skip ahead and see the rest of it. It's a good announcement so far. Roar, hell yeah. Glad that you think so. Appreciate you guys watching. Of course, we'll be back later tomorrow. Love you.